Okay, so what was the obvious inspiration? What were the challenges that you faced in making this kind of documentary, and what are the difficulties encountered?
Okay, Jai Hind everyone, and thank you so much, Vikalp. Actually, I traveling with this film last 1 year almost. I'm originally from Sangli, it's a small village. I'm from Ambedkarite Buddhist family, and I travel like Islampur, Pune, Bangalore, Mumbai, and with this project I visited 3 times in the US. We are actually ending the film, like we are planning to release this film and screening this film in front of two filmmakers, Anand Patwardhan and Rai Barve, is like a nice feeling. And like why we make a film? Like person like me, first thing we need to acknowledge that filmmaking in India, especially even the documentary and the fiction, both are highly Brahminical field, you know, and we are missing in cinematic space. Like in Bombay, in Mumbai, our population is almost 30 lakh. Like Baba Saheb himself from Bombay, his movement is from Bombay, Dalit Panther is from Bombay, and we are actually visible like in auto, in car, in poster, everywhere. But my people are missing in cinematic space. So this film is, the budget is just 5 lakh. So it's like again a small project, and we can say this is like the same what Dalit literature, the tradition. I'm not doing something like a great. I'm just connecting the next dot, like a filmmaking. So that's the main inspiration to make a films, to like in your own stories.
So often when you just spoke about the media domain being heavily dominated by Brahminical societies. The Dalit Ambedkar debate we see everywhere in the media domain. When you were presenting this film, and the other thing is the Dalit Gandhi, the Ambedkar Gandhi debate is often very well presented in media spaces. So when you were making this film, did you had any thoughts about including some Gandhi in it, or maybe in your next project when you are probably making a similar movie, would you have some thoughts about inputting Gandhi in it?
I don't feel this is I think Ambedkar age.
Yes.
Okay. I don't know which media you were saying Mahatma Gandhi, but we have like criticism, but this film is different. I tell you just one example. 1984, one British filmmaker make a film on Gandhi, and you can't cut Gandhi in Ambedkar's life, Ambedkar in Gandhi's life. This filmmaker cut Ambedkar, and this film got a 9 Oscar. So that's historical politics of cinema in India. Just imagine, see the arrogance. They completely cut. And when the Jabbar Patel, a Muslim filmmaker, make a film on Baba Saheb, there is almost 12 to 15 minute part of Mahatma Gandhi. So it's politics.
You told about the various location you screening your documentary in various abroad. So what was their thoughts about Baba Saheb and the community that belongs to the Dalit? What they think abroad peoples you were screening? So what was your...
Okay, actually the first screening happened at Chaityabhumi on London School of Economics Media Department in last October. Then Columbia University, then Germany, then again April in US, almost 6 places. Then last month I was in US. So my experience is that now the debate of caste is everywhere, and even the people are more acknowledging Ambedkar. If you know, there is actually Suraj was coming, but he's in traffic. There is a black American filmmaker called Ava who made a film called Origin.
Yes.
And there is almost 25-minute section of caste and Ambedkar. Maybe the first Hollywood film there, Ambedkar character is there. And they are very much, well in the representation. I was in their party. So the most, like artists from the films are black. Only one white person was there. And Suraj actually acted in that film as a Suraj Engde. Yeah. So it's like now there is a space in whole South Asia that the people are more discussing, and it's again because of Ambedkarite people. It's because like people like Gail Ombed or Elena Zeller.
I wanted to ask when and how did you know that you wanted to make this film?
This is my 9th year of this field, and after 9th year I get this recognition. So if you are a Dalit, you take almost one ticket. Okay, okay. It's like yeah. So before that I make one project on like a long project on Bhima Koregaon. It's before 2018, and that again like very interesting film on how people conserve the history. After the 80s, the violence and the like entire debate was different. But I make a film on before 2018, and this is my I think the third project. And after this, I'm working on a Gail Onwards biopic last many years, like almost 6 years.
Jaibyun Somnath, you said like the entire journey of making the movie, like right from when you started, you met a lot of people, you traveled. Did it change you? Like, is there anything that you would say that it, like specifically that a difference that it made in your personality or like in your thoughts, like before and after?
Actually, I'm planning to write a book. I'm always discussing with Vandana Sonarkar ma'am that I want to write a book. I'm thinking to write a book like about my like last 1 year journey. And also I visited a lot of universities. Only the MIT and Harvard is remain. So I mostly this prestigious institution I visited, and I always like questioning myself why I'm doing PhD in TISS. So that's the main thing why I'm here. So, and interestingly, like in India, not here, no one is giving the advice. The most Indian screenings, people give advice. Do this, put this scene. Okay, why this scene is there? So I'm like, and in abroad, they never give the advice. They just see, they give their comment, whatever, like bad, good. But in India, like I screen film in Ambedkar Bhavan. The most questions are advice. Yeah, it's like full 100%.
प्रश्न अत्यंत साधा आहे हा. हे प्रश्न का पडला हे फिल्म करण्यात किंवा ही डॉक्युमेंटरी करण्याचा? त्याचं एकच कारण आहे, इथं बसल्यापैकी किती जण चैत्यभूमीला गेले असतील, दरवर्षी जात असतील. मी खूप वर्षानंतर गेलेलो आहे आत्ता. माझे मामा अडाणी आहेत, तर ते जातात दरवर्षी. त्यांनी सांगितलं होतं की काय तुझं काय आहे या चैत्यभूमीविषयी. हे सगळं एक आंबेडकर राईट वेगळं गोष्ट असेल, पण हा प्रश्न की दाखवायचं म्हणजे हा काय करायचं होतं हे
कोणीतरी ट्रान्सलेट करू शकतं इंग्लिशमध्ये.
हा
काय बोलला ते?
So his question is that this film is about Chaityabhumi and how other people in the film relate to it. But what is your own relationship with Chaityabhumi,
Yeah.
right? So that's the question. What do you think about it? What's your feeling?
If you are like in Maharashtrian Buddhist family, your memories are different. Your culture are different. Your celebrations are different. So my Chaityabhumi is again my childhood memory. So as a like Maharashtrian Buddhist family, I always visit to Ambedkar Jayanti. I think I was 8th standard something. I visit to Chaityabhumi. So this place is like I only not visit to Dikshabhumi because Nagpur is very far from Sangli. So this is kind of my childhood memories. And when I study, especially media studies from Pune University, then only I realize how this space is highly Brahminical and how they cut our stories. So why I just criticize them? Why I demand them? So I can make my films, whatever like a good, bad. Maybe they say is films are aesthetics, whatever. Let's tell. So that is the main purpose. So let's make our film in our own way. And we have large market now, global market.
It's very clear you have your own like lived experience and knowledge of the documentary, but in the process of filming and making, was there anything new you learned?
It's like, see, I'm an insider. I'm not an outsider. This is like a huge debate in academia. And it's also very, like, I'm not outsider. Like, I'm recording like this is part of my own. And lot of people I know. That's why they are also comfortable with me. And I'm also like the inside. And this film actually I record with the permission of Ambedkar family. So I was like, it's very difficult to record this like a huge crowd. Last year's official record, I not check this year's people. Last year's official record is 57 lakh people visit to Chaitanya. on 6th December. So it's very difficult, you know, and this is not a fiction, this is a documentary. If I miss something, you can wait for next 1 year. So it's also very emotional to and also, you know, it's like extreme poverty. I can see like how, and the the people are carrying the bag, the pishwi. So I see like if you just visit to first December to Chaityabhumi, I see like in scheduled caste of India, it's like extreme poverty is there. There is only little bit middle class is there. So I can see the poverty.
Actually, I read this book by V.S. Naipaul, I don't remember it. But his first chapter, you know, it starts with this, you know, thing saying that the million people, how they gather over there. And actually, it's very surprising. From that book, I came to know, you know, that one day I was in the traffic and suddenly this thing happened. And I mean, it's really it's like Pandharpur or like the Kumbh Mela, you know, people just, you know, unknowingly, uninvitedly getting together in all this movie into that kind of a space. I have no question, but I feel very fascinated about that.
This is again the media's propaganda. You know, can you see the books in Kumbh Mela? Huge books, people are coming and buying books. So this is, you know, you can check the Times of India, the most horrible newspaper.
Yes.
Most ghastly. Seriously, I was working on like archival. Before 2050, they are now little bit like scared. After the Rohit Vemula's institutional murder, they see, oh, there is a mass. Maybe they can block their office. Before that, Times of India, every year, the second day's report on traffic, how Mumbai is a traffic jam. They never see like traffic jam in what that Ganpati Festival? Ganpati Visarjan, never ever. So this is like, there is a different, people know this is not a god. And what people come and do there, they buy something. So this place is kind of, you know, challenge to the Brahminical culture. It's like a counter culture. Yes.
I wanted to ask, you know, before converting to the Buddhism, Ambedkar said that I born the Hindu, but I will not die as a Hindu. And he converted immediately to the Buddhism. So when the independence was coming up, I wanted to know, as you have done research, was the Ambedkar too eager for the freedom? Because what he was, and he was made because of the British. If the British rule was there, he went to London, he educated himself, and he became a really educated, and he brought the community up. So when the independence was coming up, that means for him it was not independence, it was again going for a slavery, because in the British he got a freedom to educate himself. So how, my question to you is that,
I don't know where you read British.
no, but in the British era,
No, this is the wrong information. I think you can.
in the British era he got educated. No, otherwise he would have got the Dalit as a Dalit only, because the British he come up. No? That is my thing.
No.
So
Like
okay.
British, see, you can read something and then ask the question. Yeah, next question.
जय भीम. माझं नाव प्रियांका आहे. आत्ता जी आपण ही डॉक्युमेंटरी बघितली त्याच्यात आपण जे चैत्यभूमीबद्दल बघितलं, तर आपण बघितलं की कसं पूर्ण भारतातून लोक आली होती आणि गरिबीतून आलेली होती ती लोक, आणि त्यांना जेव्हा आपण डॉक्युमेंट करतो, आपण इथे जी सगळी उपस्थित लोक आहेत ती बऱ्यापैकी मेन स्ट्रीम इलिट बॅकग्राऊंडमधून येणारी लोक आहेत आणि आपल्याला ह्या डॉक्युमेंटरीला ॲक्सेस आहे. सो माझा प्रश्न असा आहे की ज्यांच्याबद्दल ही फिल्म आहे, तर त्यांच्यापर्यंत ही फिल्म कशी पोहोचू शकते? हाऊ कॅन दिस डॉक्युमेंटरी बी अ पार्ट ऑफ पॉप्युलर कल्चर? की जेव्हा आपण अकॅडेमियामध्ये पण जातो तेव्हा आपण बघतो की ज्यांच्याबद्दल लिहिलं जातं ते त्यांच्यापर्यंत पोहोचत नाही. सो असं काय करू शकतो जेणेकरून ह्या सगळ्या गोष्टी पॉप्युलर कल्चरचा भाग बनतील आणि सगळ्यांपर्यंत पोहोचतील?
सवाल माझ्या पुढे we are trying.
कि जैसे कि अभी हम मुंबई में हैं और आप जो काम कर रहे हैं काफ़ी लंबे समय से कर रहे हैं, और क्योंकि कास्ट पूरे इंडिया में सेम लगता है. आई एम फ्रॉम यूपी, सो वहाँ पे और दलित कम्युनिटी से भी हूँ, तो मैं आपसे समझना चाहती हूँ कि जो आपका ये काम है और जो चैत्य भूमि पे जो 6 दिसंबर को होता है और पूरा इंडिया का दलित वहाँ पे आता है, तो आपका काम दूसरे स्टेट्स को कैसे इम्पैक्ट कर रहा है?
See, like that's also again the limitation. Like कि दूसरे स्टेट पे, अभी तक मैंने महाराष्ट्र पे ही फिल्म, मेरा जो वर्क है, एंड मुझे लगता है हमेशा कि हमारा एक बॉर्डर भी तय होना चाहिए. लाइक ऐसा नहीं कि मैं जाके अफ्रीका पे फिल्म बनाऊँ, मतलब पॉसिबल ही नहीं ना. इट्स लाइक अ वेरी कॉस्टली मीडियम. द फिल्म मेकिंग दैट्स वाई दलित लिटरेचर आया, दलित थिएटर भी आया, पेंटिंग्स में भी बहुत सारा काम हो रहा है अभी, बट सिनेमा में वेरी लेस काम हो रहा है. एंड अनदर प्रॉब्लम इज दैट द प्रोडक्शन हाउसेस इज नॉट रेडी. द मुंबई का जो प्रोडक्शन हाउसेस है, they are even not ready to acknowledge there is something called caste. वो कास्टलेस है सब लोग. सीरियसली मतलब वो मानते ही नहीं कि उनका फिल्मों में उनके सारे फिल्में आर लाइक सवर्णों के स्टोरीज होते हैं, उनका लाइफ होता है नॉर्थ इंडिया का. सो दैट इज द मेन, लाइक देयर आर लॉट ऑफ प्रॉब्लम कि एक काम हो सकता है कि उस एरिया से लोग आए और वो फिल्म बनाए अपने अपने एरियाज के ऊपर, और उनको हम लोग सपोर्ट कर सकते हैं जो भी हमारा कैपेसिटी है.
Congratulations for your documentary. And you are now making the dot and you creating new era, and it is our era. Ambedkar era. Just my question is that now my friend she mentioned he is talking about Dalit. Okay, so whenever you going and you तुम्ही ज्यावेळी हे मूवी स्क्रीनिंग करता त्यावेळी तुम्ही इंटरनॅशनल लेवलला असू दे किंवा कुठेही मूवी करता त्यावेळी तुम्ही स्वतःला दलित म्हणून रिप्रेझेंट करता की बुद्धिस्ट म्हणून रिप्रेझेंट करता?
सी मेरे को क्या लगता है कि ये जो पूरा आइडेंटिटी का क्राइसिस हमारे लोगों को ज़्यादा पॉलिटिसाइज हुए हैं हमारे लोग महाराष्ट्र के, स्पेशली बुद्धिस्ट. उनको लाइक ऐसे हर चीज लाइक ये लगाना होता है क्लैरिटी का. सो हमको ये समझना कि ज़रूरी है कि इंडिया के बाहर हम क्या बताएंगे. मैं एलएसी में था, एलएसी में चैत्यभूमि में स्क्रीन हो रही थी, वहाँ पे एक चाइना की लड़की थी जो बुद्धिस्ट है. वो बोली मेरे को पता ही नहीं इंडिया में कन्वर्जन हुआ है और इतना लेवल, उसको कैसे समझाऊँ मैं. उसको वही समझाना पड़ेगा कि इंडिया में कास्ट सिस्टम में अनटचेबिलिटी था, उस वजह से लार्ज सेक्शन ने कन्वर्जन किया. सो जो हिस्ट्री है वो हमको बताना ही पड़ेगा, हमारे पास कोई ऑप्शन नहीं है कि. सो दैट्स व्हाई यू नीड टू टेल कि हमारा हिस्ट्री क्या है और हमने कन्वर्जन क्यों किया है. सो ये दो पैरेलल आइडेंटिटीज लेके ही चलना पड़ेगा, नहीं तो महाराष्ट्र के बाहर. और दूसरा ये कि नॉर्थ ईस्ट में भी बुद्धिस्ट है, श्रीलंका में भी बुद्धिस्ट है, म्यांमार में भी बुद्धिस्ट है. वो और हम सेम नहीं है, राइट. हम स्पिरिचुअल बुद्धिस्ट नहीं है, वी आर पॉलिटिकल बुद्धिस्ट. वो समझना भी बहुत जरूरी है. यार वी आर पॉलिटिकल बुद्धिस्ट. हम नहीं जाके, हमको पता है ना कि वहाँ कुछ नहीं मिलता है.
I'm curious, how did you manage to make this film while doing PhD? It's incredible, so congratulations first of all.
Thanks.
But I'm also curious about whether your PhD research is related to your film, this and the one that you're already making, or they are kind of very different.
Very like I did my MPhil also from this on cinema, on Marathi cinema. That was on mostly the post-Sairat, what happened, what cultural politics happened in Maharashtra. And my research on fiction, I'm practicing documentary, so it's thoda ulta. And my research is on Marathi cinema's caste politics. So I'm mainly looking how the groups, like filmmakers, are creating cultural hegemony and the center of the cast. So that's my idea. But last 1 year I'm traveling continuously, so my work is little bit. Yeah. Hello.
I wonder if you can mention some of your favorite documentary films that inspired you in the form. I mean, the form of the film was really striking to me. It's very ethnographic. It doesn't sort of, bang you over the head with the narrative. It's like the texture is so powerful. And I'm wondering if you can share any examples of films that inspired you, or directors that inspired you.
Actually, I inspired mostly from Dalit literature.
Sorry?
Dalit literature.
Okay.
Mostly the poet called Namdev Dasar
Okay, yeah.
and a few Dalit writers.
Yeah.
Filmmakers, mostly the Indian filmmakers. Mostly, I like the work of Nagraj Manjore and Paranji. And also the Iranian filmmaker. Interestingly, before the filmmaking, I was just traveling as an activist, and I saw how Anand was recording when Jabim Comrade and the next film also. So that, like his recording style also I saw. many like Pune, Kolhapur. He was there when Comrade Pansare's assassination happened. So I was observing how the filmmakers are recording, and parallelly I was watching the films, mostly the fictions, mostly Iranian cinema and few Marathi and Tamil cinema, and the black cinemas.
In Chaityabhumi, there are many Dalit leaders speaking, but you chose one particular. We talk about that. What is that choice?
I feel like others are corrupt, like mostly the Ramdas, Kawade. Okay, it's like true. Why I showed them? That's the main thing. There was actually rally. Is it true? Like in Shivaji Park, there is a pandals like Atholes, Kawades, some NCPs also. NCP, Shiv Sena. This year we saw the ABVP's vlog, like stall inside the Chaityabhumi. Yeah. So people tell them that just remove in 5 minutes. So they remove the thing. So they also try to enter this space. And and see, my whole, like why I keep on the Ambedkar family, because I feel they are the main organizer of this event. I show the woman of the Ambedkar family. I don't know, they like we see them in any film or any cinematic thing. So that is the most idea. And he talk as a advisor of Buddhist society, not as the leader of Panchayat Bhojanagar in the film. Even that last event is a religious event, and that is a tradition of every year. Like the end of the Chaityabhumi 6th December is a conference of Buddhist society, and he is a chief guest. Before that, I think his mother was a chief guest.
Are you convinced that all others are corrupt and this group is not corrupt?
It's my own understanding.
But it's not necessarily the understanding even in the Dalit community anymore. Because Vanchit Bahujan Aghadi has, in 3 elections, they have helped BJP to come to power.
This is not true, sir. There is no proof.
They have not won a single seat. They have not won a single seat. They have.
It's
Many-
like
they are lost.
ते त्यांचं मत पर्सेंटेज कमी कमी करत चालले. लोकसभेला 15 लाख होते, विधानसभेला 13 लाख आले. म्हणजे लोक त्यांच्यापासून दूर चालले. दलित कम्युनिटी
लोक आधीच
त्याचं कारण आहे.
2019 पासूनच त्यांच्या जवळ आले. आधी नव्हते कोण.
बरोबर आहे. आणि तिथून त्यांचा
2019
वोट बँक कमी कमी होत झाला, जसं की वाढत गेला पाहिजे. तो
ते
कमी
त्यांचा
आहे.
प्रश्न
I'm not even talking about these 3 last elections in which they basically the secular vote got divided, Dalit vote got polarized, and BJP came to power in 3 elections. But I'm not even talking only about that. Go back to 1997 when Ramabai firing happened. Then Dalits were killed in Ramabai colony, and at that moment all the Dalit factions came together to protest against what had happened. If you remember that, 97,
Yes.
I don't know, maybe you're not very old that time.
Yeah.
But every one of the Dalit groups came together against the BJP and Shiv Sena alliance that was in power when the firing happened. The only person who didn't join that big alliance was Prakash Ambedkar. That is what creates the doubt about why, when a Dalit unity could have been actually at that moment would have been universal Dalit unity, in case in Maharashtra, but it didn't happen. And since then, these 3 elections. So people have this doubt. And it's not necessarily even the entire family is united.
Yeah.
When you say family, you ask Anand Teltomre what he thinks.
So my whole understanding is that there is a possible alliance between Ambedkar family member and RSS. Can it possible? It's very basic understanding thing. Can it is possible?
No.
The person, grandson of Ambedkar, join hand with RSS. This is like just logically we can think. I feel the ruling caste of this nation, whatever like Congress, BJP or left, they don't want to see to grow independent Ambedkarite party. and they know what happened in UP when the Ambedkarite party grew. You know, the Congress is only like available in a 2 district of UP. So that's my understanding. Maybe Anand sir's opinion is different, but my whole thing is that it's possible. This is also again the character assassination. You know what kind of media reports on Mayawati when she was a CM? What kind of media reports on Mulayam Singh, Lalu Yadav, Karunanidhi, the whatever person from the scheduled caste or OBC or Adivasi? Now only there is a little bit change. So we can need to see this kind of, the background also. Can it like logical? And what's his benefit? Like what he get to join hand with RSS? And there is a voting pattern in Maharashtra. Because of conversion, people are not voting even within scheduled caste, non-Buddhist, non-Mahar people are not voting to Ambedkarite party. That is also voting pattern. Even most of the scheduled caste and scheduled tribe constituencies, higher ratio of nota. I think Parshika's reports are there, so as Parshika's, the highest ratio of the nota. So this kind of things is like maybe because of the conversion is very difficult in Maharashtra to grow Ambedkarite party. Because they directly say you are not a Hindu. So like Hindu identity is very large. Is my opinion. Yeah.